Welcome to Raising Broilers in Small Spaces. If this is your first time, you're very most welcome. Please subscribe, and if you're already subscribed, yeah, you're also most welcome. So today's video is about creating space. So more space, like making shelves. So I'm going to go dive right into the point. So as you can see, I'll explain later on how we built it. What we did, we put partitions, we bought these characters and cut them and put in the sides. It's not a permanent structure, but if you would like, I think it would be better if you did it permanent, and then you got a good fundi, he did for you what you want and put cement on all levels. But for me, I didn't do that. I put characters on the sides, and then I got the slabs they cut when they are cutting those timbers, and then which are straight, and then we put them down. We put them on those poles which were on the sides and in the middle, and then we put these sacks. These sacks are the ones you can get from people who are selling chicken feed, even feed for people, the maize, the beans, the posho and everything. As you can see, the ground floor wasn't yet done. I started with the top floors, so this is where I want the chicks to start. As you can see in the corners, I high tilted the boxes a bit. I put different boxes because the old chicks, they don't like corners, and you don't want to be all the time supervising them. When they're scared, they all cramp themselves in one corner. So I made sure that I tilted the boxes a bit, and prepared that as well. So the next thing we also did is also to make sure that we fumigated. You have to fumigate. Please don't forget, you have to fumigate. You have to disinfect the whole place. I usually use jig. Then also, like this flour which is made of cement, I get some boxes and burn and clean and make sure and smoke it. That's another local way. You have to be very careful you don't burn the place down. So this is the first materials we also put, and now after that we introduce our chicks. As you can see, we have brought them. So usually what we do, on the first floor is where we put the chicks. This system is good because it preserves power first and foremost. You don't have to because it's a bit enclosed space. The heat is reserved in there. It's not there. Yes, you have to make sure there's enough aeration, but in the whole system is that it preserves power. You don't use as much power and electricity and charcoal to preserve the heat of the chicks. As you can see, there are very many here, so they are spread out, which is not bad, but also which is not the best, because they have to have enough space. You see, when they bring them, they look very tiny, but you will be surprised, in like 3 days they have already increased in size. So that is why usually people, I looked into the thing of making more shelves, so that I move them from one place. I move them from level 1, then after we put them level 2, after certain days level 3, and then usually they are taken away. The broiler birds, they do not stay long. But when you're building this, the other thing we can talk about is that for me, what I did, I got the timber, those eucalyptus. We cut them, put them in the sides. We made them like a ring so that they can support the slabs, so that the slabs can sit on them. We didn't need to nail the slabs on them. We just needed, like, let's say when this lot goes out, I just come, remove all the beddings and everything, and I remove the slabs. I put them on the side, and it's all clear. You can never know that there was anything in. That is what I did for the first level. No, is that the first level? For the the second level and the third level. So this will help you have more space. You also have to make sure that the corners, you put everything in the corners, and how you also, when you're building the shelves, you have to consider how you're going to put the feeding troughs. You have to make sure that those slabs first and foremost are straight. If they're not straight, remember you're going to put water containers, and these water containers, as a chicken grow, they are heavy, they will push them aside. So you have to make sure the system is the floors are as straight as possible, even if they're temporal, and it is possible. You just have to sorry, I did not take a video of how they look, but the way they cut them, they are straight. It's only the bottom, the sides of the back of the tree that are a bit, that kind of change. But for you, what you do, you put the one where they cut from, which is straight. You place them on the boards, and like we said, if you want, you can even cement the place, but I didn't see the need for that. So remember, you also have to consider, and you have to be very careful, because you're going to be putting the brooding plot. Remember, these chicks, they will need heat like for almost up to 5 days, 7 days, depending on the temperature, even 2 weeks. So usually what I found, as you can see, we have now reduced them. They have even introduced the husks. There's enough space. They are even they are enjoying themselves. Some already up, they have been taken up, and this breeding pot is supplying heat for not only the first floor but also the second floor. So right now they're a bit spooked, so that's why they are running to the corner. But this is a good system because you're able to maximize space. As you can see, some already up, they're enjoying themselves, they're having a good time. I also put a box for the ill ones. This is life and it is natural. Some have problems when they come. They called it a stray leg, something like that. So I put it separately because it was starting to move its leg like this straight, so I tied it to see if this will help it go back to normal. So this is one of the ways you can also increase more space for yourself. You don't really have to have a very big plot of land. You can do this. You just have to consider aeration. Make sure you have air. There has to be constant flow of air. You have to be careful the way you set it up. Even as you see, the brooding pot that I have, I made sure it is sitting, you can make sure you sit it on bricks, but for me, I have the small gas has a steel seat. I had a spare one, so that's where it sits, and I make sure I cover, there's no draft. I just have to make sure predators don't come and chew your chicken. So you close, but not so tightly. So this is the video. I hope this was very helpful. If you have any ideas and suggestions, and if anything that was not clear, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm very grateful for all the support, and I'm grateful for the changes. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Yesu tinchiri chejenje hatinyo wenjo awe kabanjo asetani wisha wanye hirayo yo awe